And welcome to revision 6. This one's on the balance sheet, also known as a statement of financial position. It basically gives a photograph of a business at a point in time, telling us what the assets are, what the liabilities are, and the owner's equity. Note that the date is as a photograph at a point in time. So at this point in time, what are our assets owned, our liabilities owed, and our equity? So this here is the balance sheet format. Under the balance sheet format, there are different classes of assets, liabilities, and equity. So really we're after our total assets minus our total liabilities gives us our net assets. See, that's double underlined. And our net assets is going to equal our capital at the end. See, that's double underlined as well. So see if we can remember the asset headings. I'm just going to put them in the right colour. And so assets, we've got current assets, the non-current assets. There are 3 different types of those: intangible, investment, and property, plant, and equipment. These should be separated out rather than in one line. Note that the totals go in the first column, and in the third column, or the second column here, are the total of the assets. Current assets are those assets that are going to turn into cash within the next accounting period, next year. Non-current assets, you're going to turn them into cash or get a benefit longer than the next accounting period. Our liabilities, there's 2 different types of, property, plant, equipment. They're physical assets that we can touch that last a long time, for example, equipment, vehicles, buildings. Intangible assets are what we can't touch, and the only one we deal with is goodwill. And investment assets are things like term deposit and shares in another company. Liabilities, 2 different types of liabilities, and you know what they are. Current and non-current gives us total liabilities. So our total assets minus total liabilities give our net assets. And owner's equity is opening capital, what we start with at the beginning of the year, plus our profit or minus our loss, and then take away our drawings, gives us closing capital, and those 2 balance. For this next section, see if you can press your pause button and see if you can get them. There are 8 current assets. See how many you can name, and then go back and have another crack at it to see whether or not you can get them again. So these are the 8 current assets. Press pause, see if you can name them. All right, the 6 property, plant, and equipment, see if you can name what they could be. And don't forget to put accumulated depreciation in there in the property, plant, and equipment as well. Under investment assets, what are the 2 investment assets? Press pause, see if you can name them. So the shares could be any company. So investment assets that we've put money away for, hopefully to get a bit more income. Intangible asset, you know the one of those. 6 current liabilities, that's a bit of a challenge. See if you can name all 6. Again, go back and rewind and name them again. I know that's loan due this year, so these things we have to pay off next accounting period, and non-current liabilities. Good. Next task to do is, good luck with that, just a classification in terms of the balance sheet.